Today I have my second video in English for you, and I have a special guest on my channel today whose name is Trevor. Trevor is an American who lives in the United States, but he has a YouTube channel about Poland. Trevor's girlfriend is Polish and she lives in Poland, so Trevor has been to Poland at least 6 times now, and he has absolutely fallen in love with the country. And that's why he started his YouTube channel to talk about his perspective of Poland. Of course, if you'd like to check out his channel, which I highly recommend, you will see a link down in the description. I was talking to Trevor about how well Polish people speak English, but at the same time, we both agreed that often Polish people, even though they speak English very well, will not speak English because I think they don't realize how well they actually speak English. And that's what today's video is about. So I'll let Trevor take it from here.
Dzień dobry, cześć, hello, mam na imię Trevor, mam 23 lata, jestem z USA i mieszkam w Maryland. Lubię robić filmy na YouTube i chodzić na siłownię. Uczyć się po polsku. Hey guys, I just wanted to say a big shout out to Dave for having me on his channel. It means a lot. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about English. I just wanted to start this video off by saying that Polish people are really good at English, and honestly this surprised me before going over to Poland. You see, whenever I first went over to Poland, I really didn't think that many people would even speak English at all. But then whenever I started going over there and just talking to random people, I was actually surprised of the level of English that Polish people knew. But it also surprised me more that a lot of Polish people knew a lot of English, but they were just too scared or afraid to use it, or they thought that they were bad at it themselves. Alright, so the biggest thing that's holding Polish people back is their idea that their English level is bad or not adequate to talk to anyone. Alright, so a quick story time is that I was told that I was going to be meeting a couple of Polish people that were good at English. I was told that they were really good at English and they knew how to talk and everything, and I was going to be good to talk to them. Now, when I went there and I went to meet up with them and I was trying to talk to them, they didn't speak at all to me. They've been learning English their entire life, and then when they had the opportunity to talk to someone in English for the first time, and I was just trying to say, hey, how's it going? What's up? What do you do? What do you like to do? Hobbies, all of that. And they couldn't talk to me at all. And I feel like this is so sad. And I actually mentioned this on a video on my channel where I was teaching people kind of some of the methods to learn Polish. And basically, ever since this story happened and this day happened, I've kind of taken this as a learning experience. Now, ever since then, I've learned that there is the theoretical knowledge and then more of the practical knowledge and the confidence to bring those together and speak it to someone. But ever since then, I've been really trying to learn myself how to have the confidence to talk to someone. So today I'm going to talk to you guys kind of a little bit about this and kind of my perspective as a English native, and also some tips to you guys that you could use and apply to basically make your confidence go up and be able to talk to someone in the real world. Alright guys, so I wanted to start off with telling you that there are 378 million native English speakers in the world, and I wanted to tell you to compare that to the amount of non-native English speakers, which is 743 million. Alright, so just let that sink in. There are more non-native English speakers than native speakers itself in English. I mean, that's just crazy to hear. Alright, so why am I telling you that? I've basically heard every country speaking English. So if you're worried about your accent, don't be. And if you're trying to make that go away, honestly, it's kind of near impossible. I'm learning Polish right now, and I've accepted the fact that I'm gonna have an American accent as well for the rest of my life. It's not gonna go away. Unless you're extremely young and learning language, or maybe you're just a pro at learning languages, then it might go away, but other than that, it's not. And to be honest, I've just come to terms with it that it's never going away for me, so it probably won't for you as well. But I just want to let you know that you shouldn't care about what your accent sounds like at all. Like, no one's gonna care. As an American, I could care less. I've heard, seriously, like I said earlier, every single accent, and it's never bothered me one bit. And honestly, if I hear an accent, then I realize that this person is using English as their second language, and I'm immediately thinking that Number one, I respect them because they're speaking in their second language and they're confident enough to do so. Or I'm just intrigued by them because, you know, they're from another country or something like that. And then I want to talk to them and figure out, you know, where are they from? You know, what are they doing here? Or, you know, what their story is, etc. And going along with the accent, I just wanted to say too that I've heard so much broken English before. It's not something I'm judging someone for if they're trying to speak English. I've heard the most broken English before where people could only say a few nouns or point to a few things before, and I've tried to have a conversation with them as well. And I've never once said like, wow, you know, this person, you know, they can't even speak English properly, you know, what's wrong with them? If anything, I've always respected them more for trying. All right, so yeah, big thing is literally no one cares, and if they do, why should you? Honestly, that's kind of my biggest thing. Coming from my own place, when I've talked in Polish in some of my videos, there have been negative comments basically saying, you know, you're horrible at speaking Polish, just stop, blah blah blah, etc etc. And basically, you know, why would I care about what people have to say about that? Like, it's not even affecting me at all if they say that. And if people are talking about you negatively about learning English or even a second language, you probably shouldn't be friends with them in the first place or be around them, because you're bettering your opportunities in life. There are so many opportunities for you if you know English that basically open so many doors for you. You can do so many different things, and for me, I think that's really important. Alright guys, so now that I got that out of the way, I want to teach you guys a couple different tips and tricks that's going to help you speak English with more confidence. And this is also going to let you learn and practice English as well. Alright, so if you're struggling finding an English speaking friend, then the first thing on my list that I recommend to you guys is downloading an app called Hi Native. Basically how this works is people from different sides of the world basically talk to each other in whatever language they want. And so how this works is you sign up and basically you state where you're from, what your language is, and also the language you want to learn. And basically from there, you're kind of put in chat rooms with different people, and you can just talk to people from all sorts of life. So if you're trying to speak English, you can get into chat rooms where people from America or England are interested in speaking Polish as well. And it's pretty cool because on the app, when you're texting each other, the other person can make revisions on your text in that language and basically revise it and, you know, show grammatical errors or different word errors or things like that. And honestly, this is a pretty good way to practice. And from there, if you really are friends with one of the people on the app, you can just get their number or something like that and then try calling them on Skype and actually having a verbal conversation. And if you can get to that point, then that's honestly where you need to be, because you should be talking to someone at least weekly. Now, along with that, you can go to a website called italki. Now, how does this work? Basically, you go on there and you pay for a tutor, and they will have your language that you're interested in, and then basically they're just going to teach you. You can either just set it to where you just have conversations with that person, or you can set it so they're teaching you about the grammar or really just whatever. So that's definitely another option. The only con about that is that it actually costs money, but if you're really serious and you're definitely struggling to find someone to talk to, then I highly recommend it, because there's people that are just, they really want you to learn the language, and they're really forgiving, and they want nothing but you to learn the language. So it's honestly a great app. I use it all the time with learning Polish. So another way to get out of your shell, which is actually an easy one, is to play video games where there are English speakers. Now, what would I recommend? I would recommend playing like maybe a multiplayer online game where there are English speakers, or you know that there's going to be English speakers on that game, and just go from there, talk to them on the microphone. One of the people that I talked to in Poland that could talk to me with the most confidence only learned English from playing video games. To this day, it actually still surprised me just as much. That's why I'm sharing this on my list, is that he could speak English so well. I was so surprised. I was like, how do you know this? How do you know about slang? You know, where did you learn all these terms? And he was saying that he played League of Legends with a bunch of friends online. I was like, wow, that's crazy. He played that and like CSGO, I think. So that's definitely an option. And if you're having trouble to where the game is just putting you in the network of Poland itself, then I would recommend getting a VPN and setting your VPN to either the US or somewhere like the UK and then talking to them, and you're going to be put on servers with English speaking people, and from there just talk to them. Like, it's totally fine. Just open up, talk. And if none of these are working, then the last one on my list that I recommend is practicing by yourself. And I know this is going to sound really crazy, but seriously, just have a conversation with yourself, and really that's just going to actually prepare yourself for a real world situation where something could happen and you're going to talk to someone in English. So yeah, these are just some of the things that I recommend, and I would love to see you guys' comments down in the comment section below on what you guys recommend for Polish people to really open up and talk to English speakers. Alright guys, so I want to thank Dave for having me on his channel again, and if you want to watch American to Polish related content, you can watch it on my channel. It is Trev, that is my name, Trevor, and hopefully you'll gain confidence off of some of the ideas that I listed. Thanks guys.
So of course I want to give a big thanks to Trevor for being our special guest today. If you liked today's video and you liked that it was in English, please make sure to write in the comments. If you'd like to see more of Trevor's videos, and he has a lot of really cool ones that I think you guys would really appreciate, then make sure to check out his channel. Again, you'll find the link to his channel down in the description. So thanks for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.